Hello everyone again. It's oh my god, what's the date? It's the 11th of December 2016, and I was in Belgrade this morning, but now I'm already in Athens because we, I mean, it's Action Europe colleagues and myself, we repeat this training that was held in Belgrade in Athens now. Which is about, once again, about affordability, pricing of medicines and access to medicines. So there was one interesting thing that we were talking about with my colleague Oksana from AIDS Action Europe, which was about, in the context of this whole discussion about pricing and access to medicines. And then we also came to talk about a little bit about advocacy and these videos that I produce for you, and also to some extent for me. And it's just so interesting how when you become an activist, then you also are sort of instrumentalized, and you become a container of the virus rather than a person, which is striking because. This what brought us to this idea or to this discussion was that it happens ever so often that I get interview requests from people that they want to talk to me about HIV, and they want to get my opinion about what it means to live with HIV, and most of the time they are interested in my sufferings, in like how bad it is and how discriminated I feel, and all my trials and tribulations in the healthcare system. And when I try to say something positive, and I try to say like, okay, it's bad, it's often bad, but it's not so horrible, then that's just overheard. That's not like something that they want to acknowledge. And it has already happened that whole interviews were simply not published, which were made with me, because they were too positive. I mean, not too HIV positive, but just too cheerful, because I wasn't complaining enough. So this is really bad because it strengthens stereotypes, and also it reinforces and strengthens stigma, because it sends the message to me, but also to other people living with HIV, that this is how it should be. You should feel miserable if you live with HIV. While what I try to tell and what I try to preach is that you live with HIV, but it's a life. I mean, you have to make the best of it as much as you can. You have to try, and I know that there are circumstances, and there's poverty, and there's lack of access to medicine, but there's also help, there's also community out there, and there are other people who can help. At least that's my experience, and there were people who helped me, and I'm also willing to help other people. So but it's just so interesting that rather than being a person, you just become this instrument. You become, as I said, a virus container, which is a strange feeling, I must tell you. Anyway, off to bed now. Huge problems with my stomach. I see you tomorrow.